everybody that is here, if you want a change, that you need to clear your account, your bank account is a sacrificial seed. You are disobedient. You are disobeying God. This is not what God asked you to do. He said you should clear your account. You are trying to play pranks. You are trying to be smart with God. And if you are being smart with God, you will never get anything from him. It's up to you. I don't even know what you are doing. Go away from here. And he was holding the mic and saying it in front of everybody. So today I want to share a story with you all about the day that a prophet rejected my prophetic offering or prophetic seed, whatever you want to call it. So the story goes like this. I graduated from the university and I had just finished my 1 year youth service, which is expected for everyone in Nigeria that graduates from the university. So I moved to Lagos, Nigeria, from my hometown so that I could, in search of greener pastures, as they say. And I was living with my aunt and her family, and she was a banker, and so they were kind of comfortable. And she had lots of clothing, which, of course, with giving birth and all that, she had kind of outgrown some of them. And I was just slim and all that, so she gave me many of those clothing. And so I used to dress really fine, and many people used to confuse. They look at me and they're like, "Wow, this girl, she's young, but she's a banker, or she has money and all that." I didn't even know that was what people used to think, but later on, many of them used to tell me about it. So, but I had nothing. I had 0 naira in my account, nothing at all. So that day was supposed to be a night vigil, and I dressed up in one beautiful dress like that, very nice. And I went to church. I had just joined the choir, but I didn't sing with them that day. So I sat in front, very close to the front of the church. And then they said, okay, there was this so-called a man of God prophet that sees. Maybe there are prophets that are blind, but this prophet sees anyway. And he had come from Benin City or whatever. So when they started preaching, and all that while, because I had been, every time I go on in those environments, I always pray, oh Lord, let them see me. But somehow they never even call me. I don't know why they don't call me when they're seeing all those, they are prophetic, whatever. But that day of all days, I thought, oh, the Lord has remembered me because that man saw me. And I looking back now, I knew, of course, he saw me. I was fair, beautiful, young, well-dressed, and he called me out. And then he started prophesying. And then he told me that, okay, it's like you've never had favor all your life. When they'll start telling you all those things, they tell you generic stuff. And if you are having pity party or whatever inside yourself, you fall mugu, you fall prey for them. And that was what happened to me. In my mind, I already feel like, oh, I'm not favored. My dad died when I was young, this and that. I wasn't looking at the good things in my life. And so I said, yes, it's true. He said, you're supposed to go abroad. I said, yes, you're right. There's this dream I always have. Whenever I go to bed, sometimes I will dream that I'm going abroad. I enter a plane. Immediately the plane takes off. They'll say that the plane has problem. And so they'll now park the plane. And while we're waiting for the plane to be repaired, next thing I'll see myself, packing garbage and feces. And he said, I knew it. I knew it. He started prophesying, saying, oh, you see, look at this young girl. All the enemies from her village, they have done this to her. They have done that to her. And I was just like, oh Lord, thank you. So you've remembered me today. This man is seeing everything. Did I know I was the one that was giving him the hint? It swallowed up his bait, and I was giving him, material for his so-called prophecy. And then he now told me that there's something that he's going to tell me, that I should just hold on. He told me to stand on the side. And he said, you know what? The Lord said that he's ready to change people's lives. That he's ready to change people's lives. He now said other people should come up too. That you seen what? Okay, another thing he did. He now said, he now said, what is it that God said you should sing or whatever? I don't know how he found out I was in the choir. Probably I can't remember the conversation we had. And then he gave me the mic and I sang. And of course, like I'm a music leader and all that. And everybody was praying and crying and falling, and there was anointing or whatever. And so he now said, you know what? You see, do I know her before? Look at what she's doing. Look at this beautiful, blessed lady, sister in the Lord, and see what the enemy is doing. You know what? The Lord said that, the heavens are open. Everybody should come out. So as many people that want a change, you're tired of this, no more favor, no more this, come out. And everybody came out. And then he now said that there's an anointing here, that God said that everybody that is here, if you want a change, that you need to clear your account, your bank account is a sacrificial seed, that you should bring it, and you should bring it to church on Sunday. That was a Friday night. I should bring it to church on Sunday. And in my heart, I became crestfallen. I was discouraged because I'm like, boy, I don't even have $1, 1 naira in my account. I don't have anything. Is it that God doesn't want to remember me? How did he call me out when he doesn't know that I don't have any money in my account? So while I was there, he was just saying, okay, so this is what you're going to do. And if you know you cannot do it, no, he didn't even say if you know you cannot do it. He said that's what people have to do. And so he now said those that feel that they can do it, just come and join. And so people came and they joined and all that. And so for some of them, he even gave them, okay, you have to give this amount or that amount. So at the end of it all, I went back. Initially, when I came out, of course, and he was prophesying, I was happy. But because I had no money in my account, I was discouraged. I was like, okay, Lord, I went home and I prayed from my heart. I'm like, Lord, I believe that you want to change my story. You know that I don't have anything. So what I'm going to do is I have just one or two nice clothes that I have. And then there's this shoe that a friend of mine brought from abroad. I don't even have any other shoe. It's my only shoe. So I'm going to just wash these things, iron them very neatly and package them. And I'm going to give all of these. Even if I end up wearing rags afterwards, no problem. This is my all. This is my all. And I know that you will not reject me. And when I prayed that prayer, I packaged everything. I was happy. Of course, I was giving away everything that I had, but in my heart, I was happy. And so I went to church on Sunday. And then when it was time for him to preach and he finished all those things, he now said everybody should come out, including that lady that the Lord, wanted to, so which was me. We came out. So everybody started handing over their stuff and all that, giving their check and everything. Did you clear your account? And then I just snuck because I was so ashamed. I was just carrying that small nylon. I went and just dropped it on one side. I wanted to sneak away. But those people, of course, they know what they're looking for. He said to me, hey, you, what's that thing you put there? I said, it's just clothes and shoes, the best of what I have. He said, you are disobedient. You are disobeying God. This is not what God asked you to do. He said you should clear your account. You are trying to play pranks. You are trying to be smart with God. And if you are being smart with God, you will never get anything from him. It's up to you. I don't even know what you are doing. Go away from here. And he was holding the mic and saying it in front of everybody. Oh my goodness. Before that, I've always been a shy person. But that day, I just felt like the ground should open up and swallow me. The tears were just like almost rolling down my eyes. I was just holding it. And then I was so sad and I was wondering, Lord, but you know me. You know me. That was when my mind started saying, is it about money? Is it about money? And he was actually saying that when God gives instruction, this time he said money. He didn't say clothes. So I was like, so it's about money. But anyway, I had done my best. I'm like, Lord, you know me. If you want to help me, help me. But if you don't want to help me, maybe next time when I have money, then I'll be able to give you and then you can help me. And you know what? After a couple of weeks or so, one of the sisters, of course, they don't need the clothing. What would they do with it? Even if it's most of them are hand-me-downs. One of the, except for the shoe, the brand new shoe that someone gave me. One of the sisters in the church that is the church secretary, she used to dress really fine. I used to admire her. And she was the one I saw. She took one or two of the clothes that she felt like, okay, she likes them. And the shoe. And I saw her, she'll be walking around and all that. And of course, I don't have anything. I don't even have shoe. And I was like, wow, wow, wow. So this is it. And it really traumatized me, like I said. So why am I sharing this story? The reality is that many of these people have not heard from God. If God spoke to him, God would know that I don't have any money. I don't even have a single dime in my account. But of course, he became angry on behalf of God. And another thing you need to do also is, I want to encourage you to stop thinking about what you don't have. Over time, I've come to realize that when you keep focusing on what you think you don't have, it's actually an act of ingratitude. Because there's the position you are now, you think your own is bad. There are people that are praying every day that they can be like you. So when you are in that position of, okay, always looking at what you think you don't have, always thinking that people are after you, you make yourself a prey. Okay, like on the streets, like in Nigeria, there are some scammers that will come and tell you, okay, I have a container of goods that came in. I need somebody to give me so amount. Just come with me, this and that. When people are just like they're looking for quick money, they're the ones that fall prey for those people. So in the same way, if you're looking for shortcuts, if you're always thinking that something is wrong with you, when they ask you that question, it's just a way for them to bring you out. If you're always looking for somebody to pity you. So today I want to encourage you. Stop thinking about the negativities that you feel you have in your life. Take time, sit down, think about your life. Are you healthy? You give God thanks. Do you have loved ones, family members that are around you? Thank God for that. Do you have a roof over your head? Even if you live in a small apartment or whatever, you're struggling to pay the rent. Thank God for that. Whatever it is you have, do you have food to eat today? Even if it's okay, Gary you want to drink or whatever, give thanks to God for that. There is so much because there's so much you have. You are blessed in so many ways. Even if you don't have the physical things, are you sound up here? Are you intelligent? Thank God for that. Have you gone to school and you have some qualifications? Thank God for that. Do you have the ability to learn new skills? Thank God for that. There's so much to be thankful for. If when we start focusing on what we really have and how we can be resourceful with those things and use them to get the ones we don't have, then we'll stop having that shortcut mentality that makes us pray to these scammers that call themselves prophets or whatever, that see the color of people's pants and all that. And my story, like this one, is just maybe I've lost a little thing. There are people that have given over not just their bank account. Some people have handed over their land certificate of occupancy for their lands. I've even heard the story of a man that gave away their family house and left his aged father, homeless. So many things are going on. You don't want to fall prey. And when they get their hands on your stuff, they don't give it back. So I just thought I would share this today. This in this series, I'm just sharing some of these experiences so that you out there, you understand that I have been through these things. If you feel like I don't know what I'm saying, in due season, I don't want to be among those that just talk about the negativities. I have learned a lot from the Lord. My life has been transformed in so many ways, and I want you to experience the same transformation. So I'm going to be sharing lots of scriptures, like I always say, from in a practical way, not in those mystical way. Oh, the Lord will do this, the Lord will do that. There's a lot more that you have to do. There's a lot more that lies in your hands that you are aware of than they are telling us that, in those places. So it's time for you to sit up, work hard, let your muscles stop being flabby. You are in the physical world. Everything is not just spiritual, holy, holy. If not, we'll not have body. Our body is heavy. But in this world, we're supposed to, be up and doing. It is what you do with your hands that God will bless. He didn't say if you pray, I will just bless you miraculously. No. Yes, prayer is good, but if you don't work, let he that will not work, let him not eat. So stop making yourself a prey to these people. Position yourself and the Lord will bless you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you've not yet subscribed, I will encourage you to subscribe so that you can get notifications whenever I upload new videos. And so I'll see you in my next video. Bye. God bless you.